Atlantic puffins have penguin-like coloring, but they sport a colorful beak that has led some to dub them the sea parrot. The beak fades to a drab gray during the winter and blooms with color again in the spring, suggesting that it may be attractive to potential mates. Swimming and flying, these birds live most of their lives at sea, resting on the waves when not swimming. They are excellent swimmers that use their wings to stroke underwater with a flying motion. They steer with rudder-like webbed feet and can dive to depths of 200 feet, though they usually stay underwater for only 20 or 30 seconds. Puffins typically hunt small fish like herring or sand eels. In the air, puffins are surprisingly fleet flyers. By flapping their wings up to 400 times per minute, they can reach speeds of 55 miles an hour. Puffin colonies and breeding Atlantic puffins land on North Atlantic seacoasts and islands to form breeding colonies each spring and summer. Iceland is the breeding home of perhaps 60% of the world's Atlantic puffins. The birds often select precipitous, rocky cliff tops to build their nests, which they line with feathers or grass. Females lay a single egg, and both parents take turns incubating it. When a chick hatches, its parents take turns feeding it by carrying small fish back to the nest in their relatively spacious bills. Puffin couples often reunite at the same burrow site each year. It is unclear how these birds navigate back to their home grounds. They may use visual reference points, smells, sounds, the Earth's magnetic fields, or perhaps even the stars. A medium-sized, stout seabird with a short neck, big head, and large triangular bill. It stands in an upright position on land and floats high in the water. The bill grows larger and acquires more grooves as the bird ages. Puffins have fairly short, straight wings and fly with constant, fast wing beats. Year-round, Atlantic puffins are black above and white below. Breeding birds have a gaudy black, orange, and yellow bill. During the breeding season, the face is grayish-white. In the non-breeding season, the face turns darker gray, and the bill sheds its yellow highlights and shrinks slightly. Juveniles have all dark bills. Spends most of its life bobbing on the ocean and diving after small fish. It comes ashore to breed on rocky and sparsely vegetated islands and sea cliffs. Atlantic puffins nest in burrows on rocky islands with short vegetation, and on sea cliffs. They spend the rest of the year at sea, nesting around the edges of the North Atlantic. This puffin is sought after by birdwatchers who visit Maine or eastern Canada in summer. At its colonies, the bird may fly back to its nest carrying a dozen small fish lined up in its bill, making us wonder how the puffin holds on to 10 slippery fish while grabbing 2 more. Gregarious at its nesting sites, the Atlantic puffin is often solitary in winter, far from land on the open ocean. Feeding behavior: forages while swimming underwater. Does most foraging within 50 of surface, but can dive to about 200. Eggs 1, rarely 2, probably laid by 2 females. White, sometimes faintly marked with brown, purple. Incubation is by both sexes. Female may do more, 36-45 days, usually 39-42. Young. Both parents feed nestlings, carrying fish in bill, may feed fish directly to young at first, later drop them on floor of nest. Young leave nest usually 38-44 days after hatching, usually leave at night, flying directly out to sea. Young. Both parents feed nestlings, carrying fish in bill, may feed fish directly to young at first, later drop them on floor of nest. Young leave nest usually 38-44 days after hatching, usually leave at night, flying directly out to sea. Diet: fish, crustaceans. Food brought to young in nest is mostly small fish, especially sandlams, herring, capelin, cod, many others. Diet of adults, especially in winter, poorly known, in addition to fish, may include many crustaceans, such as euphausid shrimp, mysids, copepods, as well as mollusks and marine worms. Nesting usually first breeds at about 5 years. Breeds in colonies. Birds often have same mates each year. In courtship, male repeatedly flicks head up and back so that bill points up, may continue for minutes. Members of pair swing bills sideways, clashing them together repeatedly. Nest site is in burrow 3-7 long, or in natural crevice or under rocks. Sometimes one entrance leads to side branches and multiple nests. Both sexes help excavate. Nest in chamber in burrow usually has sparse lining of grass, feathers. The Atlantic puffin is a bird of the colder waters of the North Atlantic Ocean. Its scientific name, Fratricula arctica, means little brother of the North in Latin. This seabird mainly breeds in Europe, Brittany coast of France, Ireland, United Kingdom, Iceland, Greenland, Norway, Faroe Islands, and northern Russia. Most of the world's puffins are found in Iceland, where approximately 60% of the population breeds. Important colonies are found on the west coast of Greenland, the north and west coasts of Norway, the Faroe Islands, the Shetlands, and Orkney Islands.